Ashton and John, and then one change from the side that lost 1-0 here at the Deva Stadium on Saturday afternoon against Marine in the FA Cup. They line up as follows with number 1 Louis Gray, 2 Kevin Roberts, 3 Joel Taylor, 4 Declan Weeks, 5 Danny Livesey, 6 Simon Brand, 7 John Johnston, 8 and captain is George Glendon, 9 Danny Elliott is the one change, 10 George Waring and 11 is Brad Jackson. Substitutes for the Blues tonight: 12 Jamie Morden, 14 Anthony Dudley, 15 Gary Roberts, 16 Matty Hughes, 17 is Brad Barres. Tonight's referee, Mr Richard Holmes. He is assisted by Mr Ben Robinson and Mr Carl Buckley. The coin toss has taken place, and as you can see, the two teams are being turned around, so Chester will be playing from right to left as we look at the action towards, of course, the Harry McNally Terrace.
And he started the season really well. I think he does need, ideally, a goal sort of today or tomorrow, but I'll let you go back.
Stevenson picks up a poor clearance from Louis Gray. George Waring now spreads the play, squeezes it through to Brad Barres to Brad Jackson on this near side. Takes it to the left side of the penalty area. The cross comes in. It's blocked by the man at the near post. Elliott is putting the Nash defence under pressure here. Danny Elliott goes down inside the penalty area. The referee says no penalty. Craig Mann now will try to complete the clearance, but he can only find George Glendon, who brings the ball in field. Back to Weeks. Switches it now to Roberts on the far side. And now Johnston takes the ball to the corner flag. Tries to get the cross in, and it's blocked and goes behind for a corner. And the Blues are certainly starting this game in a better fashion than they have done the last 2 games.
It's good to see the fast tempo that Chester is starting with. At the start of the second half against Marine, we were well on top because we started passing the ball at a much quicker pace before Marine managed to get back into the game. But what's interesting to note is that we're doing well in the wide areas, because it seems to be that we're getting the better of Matty Waters and Craig Marn as wing backs by having 2 wide players either side. Seems to be giving us a numbers advantage, so let's hope it pays off.
Back to what you might describe as a more normal corner routine. The ball floated towards the far post. Livesey heads it back in towards the danger area. Mason will punch. Headed back towards goal again. Headed off the line. And again another effort, this time palmed away by Mason. It's going to fall to Glendon, but there's been a foul awarded inside the penalty area. It was Brad Jackson's first start in the National League North this season. It's his second start of the season, having started against Spennymoor. It's Joel Taylor intercepts a crossfield ball from Curzon. He's got Danny Elliott to his right hand side, but Taylor will take the ball in towards the penalty and smashes it across goal. Johnston was travelling in there at the far post. He slides in, and just that ball, he was having to stretch for it. It didn't fall too kindly for him, but he slid in. He's got his shot away, but it was comfortably over the bar and behind for the goal kick. So Curzon still looking to maintain their unbeaten start to the league season. Weekend off for Curzon last weekend, having been knocked out of the FA Cup. Their last game was a 2-1 win over Farsley Celtic as Harrop pushes the ball forward to Stevenson with his back to goal. Tries to take the ball into the penalty area, but it's stolen back by Simon Brand, who does well to clear the ball away to Elliott, who momentarily lost possession, but now Johnston with possession on the far side. He's got time and space to run into. Johnston takes the ball into the penalty area now, gets a shot, comes across, flashes it across the goal. Cameron Mason was in no man's land, and that one just trickled wide at the far post and goes behind for another goal kick.
Johnston put a cross in on his left foot there rather than trying to something a bit special, but as we touched upon before, he's just trying so desperately hard to get that goal that he's doing all he possibly can. What's good to see though is, and you've just seen it there, is we're pressing really high up the pitch, which means we're winning the ball up on higher, just that with George Glendon, and there we go with George.
George Waring takes the ball into the penalty area. Elliott will take over, and Elliott rolls it into the far post, off the post into the back of the net. And with 10 minutes to go till the break, it's Danny Elliott and Chester that take the lead here. It's Chester 1, Curzon Ashton 0. Cameron Mason bowls the ball out to Waters. Poor first touch from the former Chester left back. Now Glendon. Jackson shifts the ball onto his left. Jackson fires one towards goal. Just always aimed away from goal. But a glorious chance there, none to double the lead. Connor Hughes is now with Livesey. The ball up to Elliott, who just tries to squeeze that ball back to Roberts, but it's intercepted, and now it's smashed into Livesey. Weeks momentarily dispossessed, but Joel Taylor will touch the ball back to Grand. Now Glendon, beautiful ball in field to Elliott, back into the path of George Glendon. Switches it out now to this near side. John Johnston with an opportunity to run against Matty Waters. The cross goes in straight into the reaches of Cameron Mason. A loose ball forward straight to Glendon. Now into the path of Johnston. Johnston will get a shot on goal, and it's just drifted wide of the post into the side netting and goes behind for the goal kick. Weeks under pressure again, does well, spreads it out to Taylor. Low ball forward for Jackson to chase. He's onside. Jackson takes the ball into penalty area, shifts onto his right foot, gets the shot in, takes a deflection. Cameron Mason recovers well. Johnston picks up the ball, dinks it in towards the 6-yard box, towards Elliott. It's bouncing about, Waring off the line again. And Curzon eventually cleared the ball away. And not for the first time this evening, Curzon have cleared one off the line, and Chester should have doubled their advantage. To throw, which is taken. Glendon with a great ball straight onto the instep of Kevin Roberts, who fires one into penalty area. It's headed away by the first man. Curzon with possession on the edge of their own box with Craig Mann. Now Jude races away from Stevenson with the ball on the far side. Now Jude will pick up possession inside the left channel. He's got Waters out to his left-hand side. Ball goes out to the former Chester left-back. Cross in towards the near post. To Knowles, turns, and he smashes one beyond Louis Gray. And that's the equaliser for Curzon here. Chester 1, Curzon 1. Dom Knowles with a great touch with his back to goal to turn and just fire one low and hard past Louis Gray to get the Nash the equalising goal, which is what he's done so far this season. He's won his 2 home games. He's drawn his away game at Brackley. Certainly not an easy place to go and pick up a point, or it's certainly not an easy place to go and pick up 3 points. Glendon. Ball over the top for Elliott. Brings the ball down on his chest. Takes it into the far side of the penalty area. Gets across to goal. It was Matty Hughes. Matty Hughes has hit the post, I think. It's taken a deflection, and the referee said it's gone behind for a corner kick. Free kick here for Chester, taken by Taylor. Grand. Cleared away by Curzon. Kev Roberts will just flick that ball back to Louis Gray. Just about gets back to the keeper. Out to Joel Taylor. Looks to get away from the pink shirt. And now Weeks. Glendon. Back to Weeks. Jackson's asking for it on this near side, but Weeks just switches it to the far side this time. Johnston brings the ball in field, rolls it across towards Glendon, edge of the penalty area. Glendon will get a shot on! And what a finish by George Glendon! 20 yards out, George Glendon has smashed one past Cameron Mason into the back of the net. And with 7 minutes to go, it's Chester 2, Curzon 1, and what a finish by George Glendon. Into the final 10 seconds of the additional 4. Mason's kick goes long, and the referee will say that is that. He blows the full-time whistle here at the Deva Stadium, and Chester return to winning ways on the back of 2 defeats. And it's finished here, Chester 2, Curzon Ashton 1.